No room, no room, no room!
There isn't any. Then it wasn't very civil if you were offered. It wasn't very civil. You just sat down without being invited. I didn't know if you
Your hair wants cutting. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Come with some fun now. I believe I suggest that. Do you think you can find the answer to it? Exactly. Then you should say what you mean. I do, at least I knew what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might just well say that I like what I get is the same thing that I get what I like.
You might just as well say I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it? Ah, 2 days wrong! I told you butter wouldn't suit the works.
It's the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have gotten in it as well. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife.
It's the best butter, you know. What a funny one. Tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Of course not. But that's because it's like the same year for such a long time together.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course. I was just about to remark that myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
All right.
I think you might do something better after the time that we sit on after the riddle. I have no answer.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know.
Of course you don't. I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
I know I've beaten her when I was
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clock. For instance, say it were 9 o'clock, just time to begin lessons. You only have to whisper a hint at time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30 time for dinner.
I only wish it was.
Not right then, perhaps, but you could keep it 1:30 as long as you like. Not I. We quarreled last March just before he went mad, you know. It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts. I had to sing, Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. You know the song, perhaps? It goes on, you know, in this way. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky.
Twinkle.
Well, anyway, I've hardly finished the first verse before the Queen jumped up and bawled out, "He's murdering time! Off with his head!" And ever since then, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that why so many teachers are
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we've no time to wash things between whiles. Exactly so, as the things get used up.
What happens when you come to the beginning again?
I suppose we change the subject and start about the young lady tells the story.
I'm afraid I don't know.
Then the dormouse shall! Wake up, dormouse!
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
Tell the story. Yes, please.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and their names were Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly. And they lived at the bottom of a well. They lived on treacle. So they were very ill. Take some more tea.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing. He's making personal remarks now.
It was a treacle well. If you can't be civil, you'd better finish the story for yourself.
Oh, I hear airplane.
What indeed? These 3 sisters, they were learning to draw, you know. They drew treacle.
I want a clean cup. Let's all move one place only.
I don't understand. They were in the well.
So they were, well in. They drew all manner of things. Everything beginning with an M.
Why with an M?
That began with an M. M such as mousetrap, moon, memory, muchness. Have you ever heard one say much of a muchness? Have you ever seen a drawing of a muchness?
No, knocked my elbow.
That's right, Five. Always lay the blame on others.
Hey, I would have talked. I heard the Queen say only yesterday. He deserves to be beheaded. What for?
It's none of your business, too.
Yes, it is his business. And I'll tell him. It was for bringing the cooked hula roots instead of onions.
Well, of all the unjust things.
Would you tell me why you're painting those roses?
Well, you see, the thing is, miss, this here ought to have been a red rose tree. And we put a white one in by mistake. And if the Queen were to find out, we'd have our heads cut off. So you see, miss, we're doing the best we can before she comes to... The Queen!
The Queen!
The Queen!